What is up, my good people? Welcome to the Mega Bull Experience. So now we have some news regarding the Ripple uh, case, as well as the Ripple the company and what they're doing. And I wanted to point out some interesting things to tie some loose strings together for you guys. I know there's a large community of XRP holders, and I think this is something you want to look into. So Brad Garlinghouse, he recently tweeted out, excited to announce Ripple bought back our Series C December 2019 shares at a $15 billion valuation. 2022, slow down, is not in our vocabulary. So we know ever since the SEC lawsuit, they've been signing new partnerships and bringing in more people, hiring more people into the company. So it doesn't matter what's happening with the lawsuit. They're still building for the future. And they're still implementing many partnerships. And that's a big deal. So when you peel back the veil and you see the progress that they're making, you should be excited about where they're going with their plans. Because I think this SEC lawsuit is nothing more than just a distraction, as have other things like Cisco when they were suing Apple. How many people sold their shares when that happened, right? So he says 2022, slowdown is not in our vocabulary. Even with 2021's headwinds, it was our best year on record. And Ripple's financial position, $1 billion in the bank, is the strongest we've ever seen. So they have a lot of dry powder on hand. RippleNet is much more than cross-border payments. It's bringing crypto-native services such as liquidity to enterprises. Today, the network has a volume run rate of greater than $10 billion. Huge props to the team for continuously upping their game and leaning into new capabilities every year. RippleX, full speed ahead on establishing a multitude of capabilities to the XRP ledger, which includes NFTs, CBDCs, interoperability bridges, sidechains, and so much more, working in hand with devs and partners around the world. It's a multi-chain world after all. So I've talked about these central banks using a private chain, a private ledger, to trial their own CBDCs, right? And recently there was a $250 million fund for NFTs that Ripple came out with a couple months back. So they're implementing a lot, and they're doing a lot since the SEC lawsuit. So don't be fooled. Another thing I wanted to show you was, so Ripple tweeted out, we're excited to hear that the concept of a digital dollar is being taken seriously and appreciate the Fed's openness to hearing from the public on this issue. We believe that public-private collaboration is the best way to ensure fully informed outcomes. So remember, the Fed released a 40-page white paper, essentially talking about the digital dollar, listing the pros and cons, but they didn't, commit to doing it. But we know, when I read this, I remembered the Federal Reserve Task Force, right? This was in 2017. Ripple improves speed and transparency of global payments. And here you see today, after 2 years of work, the Federal Reserve released its Faster Payments Task Force action plan for bringing faster payments to the U.S., highlighting Ripple's ability to underpin the next generation of cross-border payments. So they're recognizing that they're very, very capable of doing this. So when you see things like this happening, where Ripple's tweeting about the Fed releasing long-awaited study on a digital dollar, it calls back to this, because the XRP ledger is tried and true. It has how many years now of working 24/7, 365 without a single error? That's something that you call very consistent and reliable. So when you see these things, you see Ripple, they're building onward, they're buying back their shares. I think when you, like I said, pull back the veil, you see a lot of growth that's happening. So keep an eye on this, because this is going to get very interesting. And Ripple has been trending past couple of days, and usually when it goes trending, it takes off. So with that in mind, Like and subscribe. This is the Mega Bull. If you like this content, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.